President Uhuru Kenyatta must move with speed and stop his people, the people of the larger Mount Kenya region, from embarrassing Raila Odinga over the Building Bridges Initiative process. He must do that because yesterday, Raila Odinga went to Bama Market. And while at Bama, he had lunch there. Then he addressed people. Then from nowhere, a group of youths came carrying wheelbarrows. So the president must stop his people from embarrassing Raila Odinga over the Building Bridges Initiative process. That's my next video after this. But for now, I want to do a video which I had planned to do yesterday. But because of the incident at Bama Market, I decided not to do it because I actually received an exclusive video of the incident. I want us to look at William Ruto's new headache ahead of 2022 general election. Because let's face it, nobody expected William Samoei Ruto to be strong the way he is by now. Most people believed that after the handshake, William Ruto was going to be destroyed by President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga very fast. But the truth of the matter is that William Samoei Ruto has actually sustained his campaign, because the other thing most people didn't believe was the fact that Ruto could sustain the campaign against President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga for this long. On that, I give William Ruto credit. He has sustained the narrative, he has sustained the momentum, and William Ruto has traversed the whole of this country despite efforts by both the president and Raila Odinga to stop him. But of late, there's something which is coming up. William Ruto managed to craft a narrative of the hustlers versus dynasties. And this dynasty versus hustler narrative was actually gaining traction in this country, like a bushfire. But President Uhuru Kenyatta made a statement which stopped the reggae. And that's what the deputy president must deal with. The issue of tribal dominance. William Ruto comes from the larger Kalenjin nation. The Kalenjin nation produced Moi as the vice president of the Republic of Kenya, and then we produced Moi as the second president of the Republic of Kenya for 24 good years. William Ruto has been the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. By the end of year 22, it should total to around 10 years. And apart from Moi, the other communities which has produced the presidency is actually the Kikuyu community. So when President Uhuru came up with that narrative, William Ruto was punctured. And I want to explain to you why William Ruto has actually been punctured. But William Ruto is someone, I've always maintained here, is a very shrewd politician. If he sustained the campaign and the onslaught from Raila and Uhuru together, up to now, then he can actually manage to do this. In 2013, President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto formed the government. After forming the government, that government was 50-50. And William Ruto was very vocal that it was not a coalition or nusu mkate government. It was a 50-50. So Ruto was given slots to fill 50%, Uhuru 50%. So most Kenyans today are being told that on William Ruto's side, he filled those slots with Kalenjins. That message is also spreading in this country like bushfire. And will that message stop William Samoei Ruto? Yesterday, the Wiper Party, led by their leader, Kalonzo Musyoka, unveiled their candidate for the Machakos senatorial seat. And during that event, Kalonzo Musyoka attacked William Samoei Ruto specifically over this appointment. This is what Kalonzo Musyoka said.
Do you know, even as Jubilee have this wrestling between them, who doesn't know that President Uhuru Kenyatta got 50% of the government, William Ruto got 50% of the government, and everybody, to the exclusion of everybody else. At least afadhali Uhuru aliangalia kidogo kidogo, anatupa kama anatupea Wavinya pale, anatupea wengine hapa na pale. Even before that, he took his 50% as a national leader. Lakini mwenzake alifanya nini? Angalia, look at the structure of government, and you'll be amazed. In effect, as these people prepare to come to Kambani, we are going to ask very hard questions.
But why is this new narrative giving William Ruto headache in this country? Number one is what we call the running mate equation. Running mate equation in this country is not only affecting William Samoei Ruto, it's affecting almost all other presidential candidates. Who is going to be your presidential running mate? When it comes to Ruto, the Kikuyus are telling Ruto, or the larger Mount Kenya region are telling Ruto, that for us, we have the votes, we have everything. What are you giving us? You are giving us the running mate. If Ruto will form a government with that kind of an arrangement, then it will reinforce what Kenyans are saying, that the country cannot be led by two tribes alone. So which means Ruto might be forced to go to another tribe. Let's say go to Western Kenya and appoint someone as the running mate from there. If he will do that, it will mean the Kikuyus can then decide that for them, they're now going to, because you know these people understand power, what power can do. In fact, they're supporting Ruto today because they believe that in 2022, Ruto is going to give them power. Ruto is going to enjoy power, and therefore they'll be in power. So what's going to happen then? They might decide. What happened sometimes back? But for the running mate, then they give, for example, if Raila is going to run with Kenneth, then they give Kenneth. So that if Kenneth wins there, then they're sorted. If Kenneth is not going to win, then they'll still have the members of parliament. And they can use those members of parliament to negotiate with any other person. So that's the first thing which is really disturbing William Samoei Ruto, the running mate equation. How is he going to handle the Kikuyu? Because the Kikuyus, I'm sure, are not going to go for any other thing other than the running mate or the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. And that's why sometimes I was thinking that if the BBI was to pass, then William Ruto is going to be the biggest beneficiary, because we'll now provide him with the opportunity to even dangle to the community the prime minister. So that's number two. This tribal dominance by the Kikuyus and Kalenjins in this country is also killing the hustler narrative. It's also killing the dynasty narrative. Why? Before Uhuru came up with that magic, Timtangatanga were all over. How Uhuru is a dynasty, how Raila is a dynasty, blah, blah, blah. If you noticed of late, after that statement, they've been trying to redefine the definition of the dynasty. They're now saying that dynasty and hustler are different things. That for them, hustler means anybody who started from the lower cadre and made it up. That hustler must not necessarily mean being poor. And I hope you guys listened to Susan Kehika. She was at pain trying to explain this. And even the deputy president was at pain trying to explain the meaning of the hustler. Moses Kuria was very clear that they don't have any problem with the family of Kenyatta, and even apologized to the Kenyatta family on behalf of Isaac Mwaura, because Mwaura was very clear that the Kenyatta family have ruled this country for long, and therefore they must leave. So the hustler narrative, it will have to be recoined, because if it's not going to be recoined, then the rest of the country, just like Kalonzo was saying, but Kalonzo I think was a bit taking a different direction, that this guy is tribal, but he's telling Kenyans not to be tribal, yet he's tribal. When he had a chance, he appointed just Kalenjins. But moving forward, you'll see more people coming out openly, reminding these people that the country cannot be ruled by only 2 tribes for this long. Because what they used to do was that they used to tell Kenyans that Moi ruled, Kenyatta ruled, Kibaki ruled, Uhuru ruled. So those guys, their children ought not. And even Raila, because the father was a vice president. Remember, Jaramogi was a vice president of the Republic of Kenya for 2 years, I think 2.5 or 3 years. Ruto has been a deputy president for how long? But still, he is stuck in that. So he's going to try and kill it. Number 3, why Ruto is worried is that politics in this country always revolve around politics. I mean, around tribes. That's the reality which most Kenyans don't want to accept. Majority of Kalenjins today supporting Ruto are supporting Ruto because Ruto is a Kalenjin. Majority of Kikuyus supported President Uhuru Kenyatta 3 times because he was a Kikuyu. Kambas are supporting Kalonzo because Kalonzo is a Kamba. Majority Luos are supporting Raila Odinga because Raila is a Luo. So politics in this country is actually tribal. Even at the coast, they're not forming their own political party to advance their interests. So it means even coastal region are going to push for their own candidates, in my considered opinion. Or if they're not going to do that, then they're going to prepare themselves so that they can enter into an alliance, tribal alliance. So they'll come kama sisi kama watu wa coast. That's why sometimes I like Alado. Alado anasema sisi kama Waloya. So Kenya is a tribal politics. So when you go to tribe, when you go tribal, then it means you can easily rally around people around that. Ruto was trying so hard to rally Kenyans around the poor. Number 4 is William Ruto's past record. And this is what Kalonzo was trying to refer to. That this guy supported Moi when the country was bleeding. Why? Because Moi was a Kalenjin. He never opposed Moi until the time Moi left. Then when he had a chance to make appointments, what he did, he appointed Charles Keter, he appointed Henry Rotich, he appointed Davis Chirchir, he appointed Willie Bett, he appointed Phyllis Kandie, he appointed Farida Karonei, and he appointed Simon Chelugui. He didn't look beyond those names. And Raila Odinga was also challenging the media to go to 2013 and prepare a list of the cabinet secretaries, the PS, the MDs, so that they can publish, so that Kenyans can understand. So the history of William Samoei Ruto is also affecting him so much, especially when it comes to tribalism. And lastly, this is one of the best ways to rally a compromise candidate. And I'm sure William Ruto is very worried about it. It's going to be easy for Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, and even Musalia Mudavadi to agree that, look here, let us deal with this issue. Raila Odinga is being accused of coming from a dynasty. Kalonzo is being, Mudavadi is being accused. So let us go for Kalonzo Musyoka. So it's going to be easy if these guys are keen on rallying a compromise candidate. I don't know what you think. Let me hear your thoughts. But in my next video, I want to deal with this issue of the larger Mount Kenya region embarrassing Raila Odinga. Because I strongly believe that it's not the deputy, because I believe it's not the duty of Raila Odinga to convince the people of Central Kenya to support the BBI. That's the work of President Uhuru Kenyatta. So Uhuru Kenyatta should go to the ground and tell his people to support. And if they can't support, then he should come back to Raila Odinga and tell him, my people have refused to support this document. So what do we do? Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.